Welcome to Pet's Joy Moments. Today we bring you 5 timeless fables filled with fun, wisdom, and unforgettable life lessons. From the determined tortoise and the proud hare, to the clever crow and the thirsty pitcher. Each story shows us the value of creativity, kindness, hard work, and humility. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into these delightful animal tales that will inspire and entertain audiences of all ages. One hot summer day, the fox wandered through the forest looking for food. Suddenly, it spotted a bunch of ripe grapes hanging high on a vine. The grapes looked irresistible, plump, deep purple, and glistening under the sunlight. Excited, the fox jumped up again and again, trying to grab the grapes. But the bunch was too high, and despite all its efforts, it couldn't reach them. Gradually, the fox grew frustrated. After a while of jumping, the fox was panting heavily and exhausted. Angry, it kicked a nearby rock and glared at the grapes. "These grapes are probably sour anyway," it muttered to console itself. The fox slowly turned away, leaving the grapes behind. Though disappointed, it began to accept that some things are not meant to be and continued its journey to search for other food. Story: The Tortoise and the Hare. One day, in the lush green forest, the hare encountered the tortoise and mocked it for moving so slowly. The hare, feeling smug, boasted about being the fastest animal in the forest and challenged the tortoise to a race. The race began, and the hare quickly dashed ahead, leaving the tortoise far behind. Feeling overconfident, the hare stopped to rest under a tree, while the tortoise continued moving slowly but steadily. The hare fell asleep under the tree, while the tortoise kept going at its steady pace. Though slow, the tortoise never stopped. Eventually, it began to catch up with the hare. When the hare woke up, it panicked as it saw the tortoise nearing the finish line. Despite trying to run fast, the hare couldn't catch up in time. Finally, the tortoise crossed the finish line first. The hare regretted its arrogance and realized that persistence was more important than speed. The tortoise smiled gently and continued on its journey, unbothered by the wind. Story: The Lion and the Mouse. One day, in the vast forest, the mighty lion was resting under the shade of a tree. Suddenly, a small mouse scurried across and accidentally woke the lion. Annoyed, the lion caught the mouse in its paw and was about to eat it. The mouse, frightened but desperate, pleaded for its life, saying it could help the lion in the future if spared. The lion, with a kind heart, decided to release the mouse instead of eating it. Sometime later, the lion was caught in a hunter's trap. Despite its strength, the lion couldn't free itself. The mouse happened to pass by and noticed the lion's predicament. The mouse quickly nibbled through the net with its sharp little teeth, setting the lion free. The lion, surprised and moved, looked at the mouse with deep gratitude. The lion and the mouse looked at each other and smiled, realizing that, despite their differences in size and strength, helping each other could overcome any challenge. From that day on, they became the best of friends in the forest. Story: The Grasshopper and the Ant. It was a warm and sunny summer day. The grasshopper was happily hopping around, singing and playing his violin in the golden fields. Nearby, a line of ants was diligently gathering food and storing it for the winter. The grasshopper laughed at them, asking, "Why work so hard when the sun is shining and there's plenty to eat?" The ants ignored the grasshopper's teasing and continued working tirelessly. They carried seeds, grains, and leaves into their anthill, preparing for the cold months ahead. The grasshopper shook his head and said, "Why waste a beautiful day on work? Winter is so far away." As winter arrived, the once vibrant fields turned into a snowy landscape. The grasshopper, now cold and hungry, wandered aimlessly in search of food. He soon realized he had not prepared for the harsh weather, unlike the ants, who stayed warm and well-fed in their cozy anthill. Desperate, the grasshopper approached the ants' anthill and begged for food and shelter. The ants looked at him sympathetically, but reminded him of his earlier carefree attitude. "Why didn't you prepare like we did?" they asked. The ants decided to share some of their food with the grasshopper, but they also taught him an important lesson about hard work and planning. The grasshopper promised to be more diligent in the future and thanked the ants for their kindness. Story: The Clever Crow. On a scorching summer day, a crow flew over the dry and barren land. The sun blazed in the sky, and the crow grew increasingly thirsty. Suddenly, it spotted a pitcher of water beneath a tree. Excited, the crow swooped down to drink, only to find the water was too low for its beak to reach. The crow paused and thought carefully. Flying around, it noticed small pebbles scattered nearby. It realized it could use the pebbles to raise the water level in the pitcher. The crow began picking up the pebbles one by one, using its beak to drop them into the pitcher. With each pebble, the water level rose slightly, and the crow worked diligently despite the heat. After a lot of effort, the water level rose high enough for the crow to drink. It joyfully dipped its beak into the pitcher, quenching its thirst. The crow felt proud of its clever solution. The crow flew away, feeling refreshed and proud of its ingenuity. It knew that challenges could be overcome with a little creativity and persistence. Thank you for watching Pet's Joy Moments. We hope you enjoyed these inspiring stories and the valuable lessons they bring. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales and life lessons from the animal world. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep learning with us. See you soon.